Well, come our new video. In 2006, Bethesda Game Studios released a title that would forever change the landscape of open-world RPGs. The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion. With its vast open world, living cities, unforgettable guilds, and groundbreaking AI at the time, it wasn't just a game. It was a revelation. Fast forward to 2025, and Oblivion is back. Not officially, but through the power of passionate fans, modders, and an ever-growing community of Elder Scrolls loyalists. With high-resolution textures, complete AI overhauls, modern lighting systems, and even ray tracing, Oblivion Remastered has become more than a nostalgia trip. It's a legitimate contender for the best Elder Scrolls experience today. But the question is, does Oblivion still hold up in 2025? Or is it simply the shine of nostalgia coded in mods? Let's dive into the magic, madness, and might of Oblivion Remastered. The legacy of Oblivion. Oblivion wasn't just a sequel, it was a leap. It came after the success of Morrowind, a cult classic that introduced millions to the dreamlike island of Vardenfell. But Oblivion? Oblivion took the Elder Scrolls formula and amplified it with a fully voiced cast, a radiant AI system, in the most visually impressive graphics of its time. It brought us to the heart of Tamriel, Cyrodiil, a province of diverse biomes, ancient ruins, bustling cities, and of course, portals to a hellish, alternate dimension known as Oblivion. The Guild Quests. The Dark Brotherhood's quest line is still considered one of the best in RPG history. The Thieves Guild offered mystery, stealth, and politics. The Fighters Guild, drama and corruption. And the Mages Guild? A journey into magical academia and betrayal. The Radiant AI. NPCs had schedules. They ate, slept, talked, and even reacted to theft or murder. It wasn't perfect, but it was revolutionary. The Oblivion Gates. Love them or hate them, they added a sense of urgency. The world was literally tearing apart, and only you, the player, could stop it. Oblivion also had a unique tone, a mix of serious epic storytelling with moments of surreal humor and weird glitches. It was clunky, but charming. Awkward, yet unforgettable. The modding community's love affair. The Elder Scrolls community is nothing short of legendary. When Bethesda moved on to Skyrim and later Starfield, a part of the community stayed behind. They weren't ready to let go of Cyrodiil. Enter the modders. Texture overhauls. From 2K landscapes to 4K character models, every pixel of Oblivion has been enhanced. Combat improvements. Mods like Oblivion, Reloaded, or Deadly Reflex make the combat snappier, more responsive, and brutal. Lighting engines. With ENBs, reshades, and ray tracing, sunsets over the Imperial City now feel alive. Bug fixes and stability. Community patches have cleaned up over a decade's worth of bugs. Voice packs and AI. With 11 labs and other AI-driven tools, even voice acting has received unofficial remasters. Total conversion projects. Projects like Skyblivion bring Oblivion into Skyrim's engine, but others, like Oblivion Remastered, keep the soul intact, just modernized. One of the biggest hurdles for older games is user experience. Let's face it, Oblivion's original UI was designed with Xbox 360 in mind, and it shows. Storytelling that still holds up graphics age. UI evolves, but storytelling? That's eternal. Oblivion's main quest often gets overshadowed by Skyrim's dragons or Morrowind's prophecy. But if you go back, really go back, you'll find something profound. Martin Septim's arc. From monk to savior, voiced by Sean Bean, Martin gives one of the most emotionally resonant performances in Elder Scrolls history. Mankar Cameron, a villain who questions the very nature of reality, of Tamriel, of the gods. He's not just a threat, he's a philosopher. The Daedric quests. They range from terrifying to hilarious. Sheogorath's cheese-loving madness, Azura's calm wisdom, Clavicus Vile's moral dilemmas, moral choices. From sparing a vampire to assassinating a pirate captain in his sleep, Oblivion doesn't hold your hand. It challenges your ethics. Gameplay in Oblivion Remastered. Gameplay is where most remasters fall apart. You can polish graphics and improve lighting, but if the gameplay feels old, the magic fades fast. So how does Oblivion Remastered hold up? Let's break it down. The original Oblivion combat? Clunky. Animations were stiff. Enemies were spongy. And hit feedback was vague. But in 2025, with mods like Oblivion Reloaded, Deadly Reflex, and Ultimate Combat, battles feel far more intense. Parrying, dodging, and timed attacks give melee a skill-based rhythm. Magic casting now includes channeling, charged spells, area effects, and even spell combos. Enemy AI has been upgraded. Bandits will flank you, necromancers summon in waves, and Daedra now fight with terrifying tactics. You feel the difference when you draw your blade, when you cast your first fireball, when you're ambushed by a gang of vampires in a forgotten Ayleid ruin. This isn't button mashing. This is strategy, and it feels damn good. Magic, custom, chaotic, and powerful visuals. Spell creation UI, combat spells, restoration healing, illusion effects. Oblivion's spellmaking system is still unrivaled in its depth, even today. Create your own spells. Combine fire, frost, shock, healing, paralysis, charm, however you want. Want a teleportation spell that heals you and cloaks you in invisibility? Go ahead. Want to create a giant explosion that deals damage and knocks everyone backward? Do it. Magic in Oblivion is about creativity, not just damage numbers. And with mods, spell visuals are spectacular. Casting a fireball feels powerful. Summoning a storm Atronach shakes the screen. Magic isn't just viable, it's glorious. Cities in Living World, real schedules, real people. Visuals, NPCs eating, fighting, sleeping, shopping, or reacting to events. Oblivion's Radiant AI was ambitious. Now it's truly alive. NPCs follow daily routines, working, eating, sleeping, and reacting to your actions. If you steal from a shop, they'll remember. If you save a village, they'll praise you. Factions actually conflict. Mages distrust necromancers, nobles scheme against the poor, and guilds compete for power. The world doesn't revolve around the player. It exists, and that makes all the difference. Oblivion v Skyrim vs Morrowind in 2025, it's the eternal debate. Morrowind, Oblivion, or Skyrim? Let's break it down for 2025. Morrowind remains the deepest in lore and complexity, but it's harder for modern players to get into without dozens of mods. Skyrim is still the most popular, the most polished, but even in its anniversary edition, it can feel overly streamlined, with less impactful choices. Oblivion Remastered, however, strikes a rare balance. It offers enough modern quality of life changes to be accessible, but retains the weirdness, the richness, and the RPG freedom that made Tess famous. In short, Skyrim may be the blockbuster, Morrowind the cult classic, but Oblivion? Oblivion is the heart. Character animations. Even with mods, some movements feel stiff or uncanny. Dialogue repetition. Have you heard of the High Elves? It gets old fast. Combat AI. Still not as advanced as modern titles like Baldur's Gate 3 or Elden Ring. Voice diversity. Despite many voice actors, most towns share the same vocal palette. Is it still the best Elder Scrolls experience? Panoramic shots of Cyrodiil, ambient music, player journey moments. So, we return to our question. Is Oblivion Remastered in 2025 still the best Elder Scrolls experience? It depends on what you seek. If you crave immersion, lore, and emotional quests, yes. If you value weird moments, emergent chaos, and true player freedom, absolutely. If you're chasing shiny graphics and modern AAA polish, it may not be perfect, but it's close enough to compete. Oblivion Remastered isn't just a tribute. It's a revival, a resurrection, a reminder of what RPGs can be when they dare to be strange, daring, and deep. The community speaks a game doesn't stay alive for nearly 2 decades without a passionate community behind it. And when it comes to Oblivion Remastered, the people have spoken. Across Reddit, Nexus mods, and YouTube, players are sharing their renewed love for Cyrodiil. Longtime fans are amazed by how good the game feels today. New players, those who never touched the 2006 version, are stunned by the sheer freedom, the richness of the writing, and the modding potential. I came for nostalgia, I stayed for the depth. This is what RPGs are supposed to feel like. Skyrim walked so Oblivion could run again. Streamers are returning to Oblivion in droves, bringing their viewers into chaotic adventures full of buggy brilliance and surprisingly emotional moments. Memes about mud crabs and clunky NPCs are resurging, but so is genuine praise. More than ever, the game feels alive, not because of Bethesda, but because of the community. The joy of replayability. If there's one thing that defines a great RPG, it's replayability. And Oblivion might just be one of the most replayable open-world games ever made. Let's break down why. Character customization. With dozens of races, birth signs, skills, and perks, no two playthroughs are the same. Want to play as a stealthy Khajiit assassin? Go for it. Prefer a pure mage Argonian who never wields a sword? Totally viable. Choice and consequence. Join the Dark Brotherhood, or destroy them. Rise in the Mages Guild, or get expelled for theft. The world reacts to your decisions, however small. Modded builds. Mods now introduce new classes, magic systems, weapons, and combat mechanics, allowing you to play with guns, cyberpunk spells, even Pokemon-style summons. Dynamic quests. Radiant quests and random events keep the world feeling unpredictable, even after 100+ hours. Side activities, from mundane to magical visuals, alchemy, lockpicking, persuasion minigames, painting mods. There's so much more to do. Brew potions using hundreds of ingredients with new alchemy UIs. Pick locks with tension-based mechanics, not just RNG. Engage in political intrigue, noble feasts, bard quests, or even open a shop. With mods, you can paint, hunt bounties, marry, own estates, or even become a vampire lord. It's not about grinding levels. It's about living in Tamriel. Oblivion's gameplay wasn't perfect, but the remaster doesn't try to erase its quirks. It builds on them. The jank is still there, but it's balanced by modern mechanics, smarter AI, and 1,000 player-created improvements. And when you swing your sword, cast a spell, or sneak past a guard, you feel the legacy. Oblivion in 2025 doesn't just play better, it plays like a game ahead of its time. Gameplay deep dive. The details that matter. What truly sets Oblivion Remastered apart in 2025 is how deep and layered the gameplay becomes once you step off the beaten path. This is where the real role-playing begins, not just in combat or exploration, but in the life you build in Tamriel. The Daedric quests, godlike powers, terrible choices, deals with the devil. Tests of your morality, gateways to godlike power. For example, Boethia challenges you to a deadly arena fight. Sheogorath sends you to make an entire village go insane. Namira rewards you for helping outcast cannibals. Each shrine reacts differently based on your character's level, karma, or race. The rewards? Unique Daedric artifacts, some of the most powerful items in the game. Player housing, from shack to castle. Build your own mansion with player housing mods. Own a castle, complete with guards, a treasury, a throne room, and even political options. Decorate freely. Move furniture, place trophies, store books, hang weapons, or raise pets. Live a double life. A noble by day, a dark brotherhood assassin by night. Vampirism, lycanthropy, and curses. Become a vampire. Feed to survive. Hide from sunlight. Gain immense power at the cost of social rejection and constant danger. Catch magical diseases that slowly mutate you. Or curse your character forever with Daedric artifacts you can't remove. Modded transformations now include werewolves, liches, even Daedra hybrids. Role-playing mechanics, your character, your story. Visuals, character creation, journal entries, immersive HUD mods, choice-driven dialogue. In 25, role-playing in Oblivion Remastered has become a form of interactive storytelling. Start as a broke prisoner, or a noble exile. Mods now let you customize your backstory. Use journal systems to write your own thoughts, track goals, and reflect on choices. Disable the compass and fast travel for a true survival experience. Embrace morality mods, karma systems, reputation meters, NPC memory. The living world of Cyrodiil. It's one thing for a game to look alive. It's another thing entirely for it to feel alive. In Oblivion Remastered, 225's magic doesn't come just from visuals. It comes from systems, interactions, little moments, and they all add up. The economy, supply, demand, and greed. The economy in Oblivion isn't just a gold sink, it's a dynamic part of your roleplay. Each merchant has limited gold, meaning you can't offload 50 Daedric swords in one go. Prices change depending on your mercantile skill, disposition, and speechcraft. Sell rare ingredients to an alchemist in Breville, and you'll find their shelves stocked with your old goods next time you visit. Survival elements. Eat, sleep, survive. Survival mods add hunger, thirst, fatigue, and temperature. Cook meals, boil river water, and carry firewood if you want to sleep warm in the Jural Mountains. Armor affects warmth. Time of day affects fatigue. Weather can kill you. Weather, seasons, and time. A living environment. In 2025, Cyrodiil finally has true seasonal changes. Spring rains that fill the rivers. Summer heat that makes the deserts of Elsewhere shimmer on the southern horizon. Autumn leaves falling in Coral's forests. Winter storms blanketing Bruma in deep snow. NPC depth. The people of Tamriel. In most modern RPGs, NPCs feel like background props. In Oblivion Remastered, they're people. Each NPC has daily routines, unique schedules, and relationships. They remember what you've done, good or bad. Rumors evolve. Your reputation follows you. Pick a town, any town. Spend an hour just watching. The beggar asks the innkeeper for bread. The blacksmith argues with a merchant about ore. A mage talks to herself in a panic, pacing about some forbidden spell. This is Radiant AI, reborn. And in 2025, modded AI behavior has added reactivity, emotion, and even complex personalities. You're not just walking through a game, you're walking through a society. If you enjoyed the video, like this video, comment below, tell me your favorite Oblivion memory. Let's share stories. Subscribe for more deep dive retrospectives into the greatest games ever made.